Two.
Good morning, happy Memorial Day, and welcome to George Daniel Field. Something a little bit different in this year of all years. It's spring football scrimmage. The Lorain Titans in the navy blue with the white pants will be scrimmaging against the Glenville Tarblooders in the all-white jerseys. Now, before we get into how this will run, let me tell you that we're not going to do this like a normal broadcast. We're going to talk about the Titans. And Jay Ferguson along with Joe Bach, and we'll try and mention as many guys as we can as the day goes on.
Good numbers, Jay.
Yep, and not to slight Glenville in any way. It's just that we had to rush to get the Lorain jerseys, and that's a funny story for a later time.
Yes.
But so we just figured we would stick with them, as we didn't even have names for Glenville. And at score, you'll notice as you look around, the scoreboard is not operating. We do have some officials, a small crew. It is going to be very controlled. We're going to start with 15-minute quarter, and that'll be timed on the field, so we won't have any idea what's what. And then we'll go back and forth with 10 plays for each team on offense until the coaches decide they've seen what they need to see. You must remember that neither of these teams played football in the fall of 2020. And for Lorain, it's their third coach in 3 years, even without a season in there, Joe.
That's right.
And it gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome Coach Damian Creel and his crew to Lorain. I've been around several practices and different things, and I can tell you that I am really, really, really excited for what Lorain has in store for it football-wise. One of the things that Coach Creel was able to do was to continue with the previous staff that coached football in Lorain. Jeremy Wilt of that staff is out there on the field.
Good to see him.
And as we look around, we're liable to see Dave McFarland and Bill Grooms, who were the head coach and defensive coordinator of that team, and who will now be coaching the ninth graders at Lorain High. So a little bit of continuity and some veteran leadership. Glenville will start with the ball at the north end to our left on the 30-yard line. Titans will go out with Noah Smith, number 50, and number 78, Luke Wilson, on the line, along with, that looks like 54, Anthony Poole. We'll try to get everybody as we go. I formation for Glenville, straight ahead, short give. Nice play there by the linebacker cracking down. That was number 44, Jalon Delane. Lorain had two players that lettered 2 years ago in football, and they are both in white jerseys on the sideline and crutches. Number 2, Tracy Williams, and number 71, Jacob Addis. It's unfortunate that they're not available, but it is a chance for the young guys to get some work. There's a give that works better, closing in a hurry, but not before a good gain, was number 2, and I'm looking for the numbers. Please bear with me. That's John Salmon. He is a sophomore safety, it looks like, and one of the guys that Jim Popeil told me to watch out for, that he's a player.
Jim would know.
Laurico Baker is the near side cornerback, 25. Nice fake there. Nose man went through and followed for the fake. Looked like Luke Wilson from the near side, and one of the far side backers, maybe 44, Delane, on the tackle. 50, Noah Smith is out there on the far side. That also looks like number 16, and we'll find him in a minute as Glenville's ready to go. Just across the 50, straight ahead handoff to the short man, and he's got a big hole, and he's going to score. Now, one of the things that you learn about in a hurry is the bullets are starting to fly. And you can tackle in drills and you can tackle half speed in, offense and defense, but when everybody's going full speed, you've got to get used to that speed. And there was an example there as a hole opened up and the Titans kind of slowly closed it, and it was a big gap for Glenville.
Yeah, the Tarblooders, he's going full throttle, and it showed there for a TD.
And one of the things that we don't know about Glenville is they had lost when it was decided that Cleveland schools weren't going to play football in the fall. Several of their players went elsewhere.
Yeah.
Not that I blame them, but what we don't know is if any of those came back. So we don't know how experienced Glenville is. We know how inexperienced Lorain is. Xavier Christian, a near side safety. There's a give out wide. Nicely done there. That was really, really well played by number 15, who is Navion Wright. He took on a blocker and turned the play in. Did exactly what you want a defensive end to do, is to turn the play back inside. And that was just a short gain. He didn't get the tackle, but he caused it. Joe, it's just good to see some kids on the field, isn't it?
It really is. It's been a long time, and hey, maybe next play we can. I've been doing some close-ups of the Titans. Maybe we could talk about their helmet accessory.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's a rollout pass. Incomplete. On the coverage there was Salmon, number 2.
Now, if you look closely at this helmet, Jay, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, okay. If you look closely, the silver helmets of the Titans are covered by an exterior padding called helmet cap, I believe, but I could be mistaken in my memory. And what it is it's a device that snaps over the top of the helmet for an extra layer of protection, designed to be used in practices and scrimmages.
Sure.
And Florida State wore them in their spring game this year, just like Lorain is doing right now. So when the kids saw them, the kids were really excited to see, with the way they looked, which surprised me.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
And a little added protection, too. Why get banged up during a practice or a scrimmage?
Wilson turned that one back in, and then the quarterback was hit, which I don't think is the intent of this. 15, Navion Wright got a sack. The play was designed to be a rollout to the right. The defensive end on that side got outside. They must have done a stunt well, Wilson is the end and Wright is the linebacker. Wilson went outside. Wright came inside, and Wilson turned the play back to him. But the helmet caps, we laughingly said, if the NFL is at all concerned about safety, why aren't they wearing them? And the obvious answer is there's no logo or anything to sell on them. Another rollout pass. Wright had some pressure. Nice pass. Salmon with the coverage and the tackle. But were we live, that would be a first down, because the series started at the 30. The Titan defense has been pretty stout other than the one long run, Joe.
It has.
Again,
yes.
for no experience whatsoever.
Yeah, they got a quarterback sack, although, yeah, the whistles blew pretty quickly when they saw what was going to happen, because purpose of this is just to get some practice, look at the formations, and, we don't want to injure our quarterbacks.
This is an offset eye, strength to the near side, and they give it to the tailback. Nice lead block, and he had a hole.
He did.
Coming up from the secondary to cover, number 12, Nehemiah Elliott. Also out that one was Larico Baker, number 25. Trying to mention as many guys as we can. These guys have put in a long spring with no games in sight. Frito Gote Cotto, number 7, was also out there. On the near side, the cornerback, 17. We'll find his name in a minute. As Glenville set to go in the fully loaded gun. Now they're going to move. Okay, okay. Let's follow the leader here. Same play to the other side for the tailback number 2 with the up-backs lead. They're not trying to fool anybody when they line up like that. Titans handled that one much better. Number 17, when we mentioned earlier, was Rico Anderson.
So, Jay, how many teams are in the league that Glenville plays that did not play football in Cleveland this year? Do you know?
No Cleveland City school played football.
Right. How many schools?
I think there are 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay.
Off the top, it changes so frequently with their building program.
Yes.
That I'm not sure. But Glenville is, of course, the class of that.
Right.
Another give straight ahead. They seem to have found something. Salmon's on the tackle, along with 44, Jalon Delane.
Yeah, it's got to feel real good for these kids on both sides of the ball.
Yes, I mean, and you know, the other thing that we should mention with Coach Creel and his staff all new, Glenville is, of course, coached by the legendary Ted Ginn. So they might not have had football, but they do have some continuity in their program and staff.
Right.
Coach Creel with basically a whole new system. I'm not even going to say basically. It is a whole new system. The quarterback keeps, got the edge. Now that was nicely blocked by the near side tackle who was able to hook the end and keep him inside. You know, right now, Coach Wilt is out there coaching up that end to say you have to get outside and turn that in, like happened earlier. But, you know, Coach Creel also, with the practices that he had, he took 2 or 3 weeks off from practice to concentrate on academics and have study tables rather than practices. And I, you know, applaud him for that. And I attended some of those study tables, and the kids were working.
That's great.
And if you want to say something about Coach Creel gets it. Near side 25-yard line now. Now what Glenville has done out of this formation with the up back to the power side, which is the right this side, is they have played follow the leader. Quarterback dropped it. Titans secondary looked like their drops were good, and they had you know, good coverage there as the whistle blew on the bobbled snap.
Yeah, they have a couple things implemented here. If you see when the quarterback is scrambling or drops the ball or something, the play's real dead, just for safety purposes.
Yeah, you've practiced for a month with one quarterback.
Yeah.
And the last thing in the world you need now, and the last thing in the spring, is to get him injured. You see on the sideline, Lorain's quarterback, number 3, Joseph Wyatt, getting loosened up. The last snap Joseph Wyatt took against live fire was in middle school, because he is going into his sophomore year.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Snap, give to tailback up the middle, spin
nice
move.
Spin move.
And couple of Titans missed there, and what you'll learn on a play like that is you lead with the arms, not with the shoulders, because he spun right off the hit and there was no wrap. You've got to wrap up. Joe, you know, we've had worse crowds for football games than we have today.
I know, it's a very nice crowd.
People still coming in.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful day.
I posted something on Facebook about a half hour ago, inviting everybody to come out, and if they couldn't, to watch it live. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel in HD. So welcome everybody to the broadcast.
Harley Davidson.
There you go.
Here's a straight pass. Let's see how. Whoops. Another time the Titan lineman got loose, and the coach is telling him, "You're not supposed to hit him. Nice job." 29, Elijah Gentry in there from his backer spot. Did a nice job.
Hard to tell a player not to hit, you know.
You're so right. There ought to be a safe word that you tell the kids if you get through and you see the quarterback, you start yelling it so the official knows.
Well, the quarterback has flags all around him. When you get his flag at the place, but only applies to the quarterback.
Right. Well, you'll see Lorain's quarterback has a white jersey on, the only Titan in white.
Yes.
So that he does stand out. There's a whistle. And the coaches will step out and meet with their teams for a minute. Coach Ginn and the Tar Blooders to the near side. The Titan defenders being coached up. And you can run all of the – he's got a new defensive lineman coming in. Demarion Rivera, 71's coming in. Going out is 99. We'll find that name, Isaac Lagarde. And speaking of number 99s, somebody who wore that number with distinction around here, I saw him before the scrimmage, and that's Antonio Wyatt is in the house, looking good. And Coach Grooms told me the other day he was out here for a workout, and Tone was there. And while they were standing there talking, Tone got on the cell phone and called Gabe Larsosa down in Texas.
Oh, wow.
To talk. And Gabe is playing semi-pro indoor Arena League football down in Texas.
Oh, good for him. That's awesome.
There's the rollout. There's good contain. Nice throw.
Oh, and a nice catch, too.
Yes, it was. Now, I didn't see what happened in the secondary. We were there but a step behind. Let's start with up front. The defensive end or backer on the outside there, Navion Wright, did a good job getting outside the play, which forced the quarterback to pull up. And that's the first thing you have to do is make him throw the ball. And did that well. And in the secondary, just a step behind was our cover man. And it was a perfect throw to finish that drive off for Glenville. Must have been one more. That must have been we got one play here.
Yeah. I don't think he got into the end zone.
I don't know. But after the timeout, well, the G is flattened over there. So whether he got in and hit it or hit it on the way out, we don't know. But that was going to be Glenville's last play, hit or miss. And they went for it. So now we get a chance to see the Titan offense. Number 3, sophomore to be, Joseph Wyatt, will lead him out. And as I said, he is in a white jersey. Beyond this remains to be seen. Xavier Christian, number 4, a tall, lanky wide receiver, is out there. He is someone that in workouts has the body type of a Deshaun Brooks, if you remember him.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Tall and lanky. I mean, I encouraged him several times this spring that he needed to sit a little bit closer to the mashed potatoes at dinner because he is really slight and, of course, has not played football. So this will be interesting. We're going to start with the man who snaps the ball, number 50, Noah Smith. Wyatt is in the backfield along with somebody who's putting a glove on. The things we have to learn to do. Wyatt's going to roll and caught in the backfield. Now, out of the backfield, number 2, Salmon, got taken down.
Yes.
And that was going to be the pass, was the flat pass to him. And with nothing there, the wide receiver on the outside, number 80, let's find him, Derek Morta, was running a long pattern to clear out the under. Just nobody to throw to as Salmon got knocked to his tuchus. He lines up now next to Wyatt. There's the give and the sprint wide. Makes a move, gets a couple. Now, there's a lot to be learned from that play on offense and defense. And when the Titans watch that video, Coach Creel is going to say, see how their backers flowed to the play?
Exactly.
And just like in that drill with the blocking dummies where we have you step over it, they're going to see that same thing right there. So it was an offensive play, but there's a defensive coaching point there as well. Wyatt's back there now on the wing. He's got an up back or a wing back, Fredo Gote Cotto. On the near side, 2 receivers to the far. So you've got a double wing as Salmon is off, and they're going to run the jet sweep. That was Salmon. And that went not very far. And again, you know, as you get to this live fire, the defense is moving now. A lot of times in practice, you're going half speed or you're blocking on a bag or something like that. And now all of a sudden, as you're flowing, the defense is flowing with you. So, Joe, this is like the old days we've been talking about. There's another plane overhead making some noise. It's a helicopter that time, probably coming from the hospital and heading to Cleveland. Gives straight ahead. A nice hole that time between center and guard. Let's give some of the up front guys some credit. Racy Perez, 77. 78, Luke Wilson. I see 71 in there. Demarion Rivera.
More people heading to the stands, too, so I'm glad a lot of people have made it out here today.
There's Isaiah Killian down there on the track. A little motion for the first time, change the strength of the formation. Salmon's got a hole behind that, and the gain would have been about 4 or 5. Nice hit there. They changed the strength of the formation, which is something they've been working on a little bit. Gote Cotto came from the near side to the far side, and they were in much the same formation that Glenville had success with, which following the up back. Wyatt's all alone now. Oops. First flag.
Yeah. It was surprising, too, because...
Yes, it is. Titans may have been unbalanced there. Let's look at it again. They definitely are unbalanced. 71. Oh, no, 61 is now snapping. And again, I'm looking. But I don't want to miss the play. Wyatt rolls. Wyatt throws too high for his target. That was number 80, Derek Morta. I'm laughing a little bit because I was out here one day and Coach Creel and Joseph Wyatt were down in the north end zone. Everybody else was at midfield, and he was working on that rollout pass and getting his shoulders squared and bringing the ball down. And right there, under live fire, he didn't really get square, and the ball sailed on him.
Right. And that'll all come in time.
Absolutely. Rivera looks to be the center. Is that 71 or 61? That got blown up on that little wing back counter.
Yes.
Memphis Mincy. There's a familiar name to Titan fans, Mincy. And a Mincy a few years ago that led the county in interceptions, I believe.
Dakota Mincy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Salmon makes a cut in the hole, and he's going to get a few.
Oh, nice. Nice way to pick through there.
You know, I can remember last basketball season doing a freshman game, and afterwards talking to Pope, and he was talking about what a tough football player John Salmon was, and he, you know, hoped to see him out there this fall. Well, he's out there this spring now, Pope, and hopefully, although I didn't see you come in, hopefully you're out here someplace giving him a look. There was the long ball for the big fella. That was intended for Xavier Christian. A little bit of a jailbreak on the line caused the whistle to sound, but in a game that would have been a throw.
That's right.
And he knew where he wanted to go with that right from the get. Again, an empty backfield for Wyatt. Now here comes Salmon in motion. Lots of receivers to the near side, which is his strong side, and he's picked. Now that's, you know, the trouble putting a young quarterback on the move.
Kind of telegraphed that. He was looking
He was looking that way, and you don't have a tendency. You have a tendency to only see what's ahead of you, not what's behind you. And that was a backer filling from the middle of the field out. And Joseph Wyatt will learn as he goes that, you know, that man is coming on that play. That's the guy you have to worry about. There's nobody coming from the outside but the sideline, because you've got the outside man cleaning up, pulling people out. There's Mr. Wyatt down on the sidelines for a few. Low snap. Wyatt will keep it, and they saved him some aggravation and pain there with that whistle.
There's Mr. Hyatt there.
Did I miss him?
Oh, no.
Oh.
You mentioned him, and I was in the play. I just wanted to show our viewers where he's at.
So, you know, we've had a bad snap and we've had one penalty out here in about, I would say, 40 minutes of action. It's been pretty clean.
It has.
And the penalty was an offsides on the defense. So, I mean, the offense mistakes have been at a minimum. There's another low snap. Good throw that time. And there's my man, Xavier Christian, trying to make a move and lost his gription on the turf. Good throw from Wyatt. You see a little bit of that arm strength there when there was no rollout. You could just go straight back and throw that wide pass. And again, you know, I'm going to remind everybody, it's a 15-year-old kid who's last played against a group of 7th and 8th graders. So there's definitely going to be some time to grow.
Well, next year, Jay, not only will the Titans be playing on this field, but Clearview will be playing on this field.
That's what I understand, yeah.
They're renovating their stands and their stadium there, and so going to have double duty here on the turf.
Well, and I know that's a good working relationship. A good completion right there to Wyatt, from Wyatt on the out pass to 21, Memphis Mincy. Short gain, but a completion, and confidence as a young. That's interesting that Clearview will be playing here, because I believe Oberlin played at Elyria last year.
Right.
And I know that they're still looking for a place to play this fall, because their stadium was taken down to build their elementary school. So they don't have a stadium now or for the foreseeable future.
That's soccer and all the other sports.
Yeah, soccer and football.
Well. Yeah, girls and boys soccer.
Track.
Yeah.
Whoops. The jet sweep has fooled no one many times. Frito Gote Kato is going to be waving that call off the next time it comes in. Because he's run it a couple times and it just hasn't gone anywhere. A little confusion now. Wyatt's ready with Salmon to his right. Bad snap again. Salmon tries to make chicken salad out of chicken feathers and didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, usually it doesn't work.
And again, with health, I mean, that's Jacob Addis, who has done all of the snapping for the Titans for the past 3 years, even though there was no football last year, and who is getting college Division I and Division II looks. Probably, if you were to ask people that know athletics who was hurt most by not having fall sports last year, I would say it's Jacob Addis.
Yeah.
Because I would say with his size and his snapping ability and his strength and his youth, he would be a Division I football prospect for a lot of schools. Instead, he didn't get any film out last year, and that hurts. Salmon changes sides. Okay, I think this is a sense of urgency, which is what Coach Creel is trying to get involved here.
Teaching moment.
That there was a little bit of a shift there, and Mincy and Salmon both walked through it. So now he's over. Now Mincy comes in motion. That's what it was. There it is, and nice job. Again, you know, what I have been pleasantly surprised by, Racy Perez there with a nice block. Noah Smith, number 50 as well. What I have been impressed with, because what you don't know is how, you know, I think the biggest question going in is how is your offensive line going to react against legitimate defenders rather than
speed.
Younger kids holding pads or something. And you know, there's been a couple of bad snaps, but for the most part, Wyatt's had a chance to run the offense. The jail breaks have been more of a problem on the jet sweeps than anything else. And it seems like maybe the linemen are trying to get to the second level a little too quick there. Just a speculation. I don't know enough to say that. A little bit of a break here. Again, as Coach Creel is in the offensive huddle. Coach Ginn wandering out. For those of you that know anything about Ted Ginn, you know he's had some health problems recently, but he looks a lot better than he has. Now the two teams are going to change sides. I would start now. Mary Jo will be your assistant. She's been promoted and I've been demoted.
She's down there. I got everything set up. Gas hooked up on.
Quick conversation with Dennis Shawver there. They're grilling hot dogs and hamburgers for
if you're
players.
Watching this and you're not doing anything, head on down here, and it's $5 to get in. It's a great fundraiser for the team, and they're grilling some hot dogs, and it's a great time. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day.
Well,
and we're playing football again.
I'm going to interrupt and say, don't come down if you're looking for a hot dog, because those are to feed the teams.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
they
there is
smell so good.
The parents do have a concession stand set up out there with some chips and stuff, and I saw ketchup on the table, so maybe they do have some hot dogs.
Oh, okay, great. But it's great to see. It's great to see the team back on the field, and graduation was here last week, and that was awesome to see that. Getting back to some normalcy, so looking for a great fall season with all our teams, soccer.
Joe, the one thing I wasn't ready for was the fact that they added all those extra steps up to the press box while we were gone.
Seems like the older we get, the more steps they keep adding. I agree.
Okay, so now what I think we're going to get is some 10 plays for you, 10 plays for me. There's Devontae Jackson out on the track walking across, I believe, and there's another guy who was badly treated by the lack of football in the fall, because he could have used some quarterback tape to show. Coach Sean Hood down on the field, on the track.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Titans are getting to the right spots. That means they're organized after a few practices. Now, making the plays, that's got to come. That's the next thing. Nice job there by the interior of the defense. Gote Cotto was there. Luke Wilson was in on that somehow. And 54, Anthony Poole.
So, Jay, how's this? Are they going to have a halftime, or are they just going to play this
out? They're going to play it out. It's going to end.
Feed the kids. Okay, great.
Yeah, this is, I was talking to the gentleman running the stadium this morning, and he was asking me the same thing. I said, it's just kind of a fancy practice. There's a deep ball.
Oh, nice adjustment by the receiver.
Nice adjustment by the receiver. Now, Larico Baker was in a perfect position, except he didn't get his head around.
Yeah.
And, when we talk about people being in the right position, there was a good example. Baker was in the right position. He didn't get his head around, and now that's what he's being coached at right now. And it was a good throw and a great adjustment while the ball was in the air by the wide receiver. And they just bring it right back to the 40, and we play again. There's the give straight ahead. Well found out by Noah Smith, number 50, one of the linemen, along with Gote Cotto, 7, from his backer spot. Now, Joe, from seeing these guys at workouts and at study tables, they've looked a little bit bigger all along, but they don't look. They look small today.
Right, compared to.
I mean, there's some big guys out there. Okay.
Nice pursuit.
Yeah. And again, Salmon was there along with number 10, Hagler, number 44, whose name I'll find, Jalen Delane, excuse me.
It's taken Jay a couple extra seconds on the rosters because we got him in alphabetical order, which is always an adventure.
And we have also 2 sets of numbers because I was going to started telling that story. I got here at 9:30 this morning to get the numbers as they passed out the jerseys. And I sat next to Coach Wilt, and he copied the numbers down and handed me the list, and I copied the numbers down, and all was good to go. The Titans were out doing calisthenics in their white jerseys when Glenville pulled in white jerseys. So the Titans had to go back in and switch jersey numbers from white to blue, and so now I've got 2 different sets of numbers. For example, Anthony Poole, who's just the first name I come across, is 51 in white, but he's 54 in blue. So it's a bit of adventure. But you know what? It's fun to be out here, Joe.
Oh, it is. Yes.
Now, this is the end of spring football, according to the OHSAA, May 31st. So I do not know when summer camp, because you are now there's a flag there on the long run. Salmon ran it down along with number 12.
Yeah, I think we had an illegal block.
Nehemiah Elliott. There's the first big penalty. Is there was a holding call on the wide receiver, and he made the best tackle on the play.
He did.
And he knew it because the flag was laying on him.
I didn't see that.
Again, people in the right spots, but not looking at the football in the secondary, and we allowed the quarterback to break contain that time, and there's what happens. And as I was talking earlier about Coach Creel and Joseph Wyatt, if you roll that one back and look at the Glenville QB on that play, he rolled out, got nice and square, and threw a perfect ball again.
Yeah, he's pretty accurate.
Yeah. He's not the best passer that Glenville's ever had.
But he looks good in the spring here.
Well, they had a guy by the name of Troy Smith that won the Heisman Trophy.
That's right.
The football factory of Glenville and Teddy Ginn, senior. Of course, Ted Ginn Jr. still in the NFL as of last year with the New Orleans Saints. I don't know who Louis is, but we're calling for him on almost every play, Joe. Quick out, bubble screen for the first time, and you would think that with the speed of the Glenville Tarblooders, that would be a staple.
That's a popular play.
Nicely covered down from the safety, and that's my guy Xavier Christian. But
they'll take that all day. That's a 7-yard gain.
And yeah, the other thing you have to be careful with, for both on the offense and the defense, is that looked like it might have been a backward pass. Now, if it was, you can be prepared for the second one to get thrown. And also, if it was and it's not caught, it's a fumble. So, things to, coaching points to keep in mind for both sides there. Under center. That's different. There's the stretch play. Just outflanked the defense. Nice diving stop there.
It was 25.
That was big 99. Isaac Lagarde making the play. Diving heel grab. Must be getting close to 10 plays because the Titan offense is going out the other way. Joseph Wyatt grabbing a football. Now, what I like here is that as I see the offense huddled up on the near side between the 45 and the 50, is that it looks like there's close to 11, which means nobody's going both ways or very few. And that's a good thing in terms of conditioning and developing your program for the future.
We got good numbers.
Yes, we do. Straight back, fakes, and there's another long one. And again, the receiver got behind the cornerback, and the safety recognized too late and just didn't get there. Now that's repetitions, and a little bit of a hitch fake by the QB. And I don't know if the safety in the middle of the field bid on it or what, but he got a late start adjusting. Now, let's see what's going on here. Looks like the Titan offense will come out. The ball will still be spotted at the 50. And they're still going to be going north, so nothing has changed in that regard. And the Titan offense will get 10 plays or thereabouts. Getting some new guys, some repetitions here. Wyatt's got Mincy behind him now. Whoops. Now that was, the near side official called it offsides. They're not going to mark anything off, but there was also a bob on the right side of the Titan line there, so I didn't see if it was them going to put their hand on the ground or Mincy steps to the right. Low snap again, but handoff to Mincy. Tried to get the corner. Nice play. Nice pursuit angle there by number 1 from Glenville. And instead of getting the corner, we get a yard. Joe, I think 11 weeks from this weekend will be the first game. So it's not that far away. Straight ahead that time is Mincy. And initial hole closed rather quickly. I don't want to make excuses, but I'm thinking we're getting a little tired.
Yeah.
Especially the big guys. I mean, you can condition, but it's not the same as somebody leaning on you all the time. Joe, we have a visitor in the booth.
Oh, we do.
Seth Wilson, older brother of Luke Wilson. Xavier Christian on the out pass, and again a nice throw by Wyatt there. He's got a very strong arm straight back. He's just got to work on the footwork of the rollout to be better. And truthfully speaking, we haven't seen him roll left one time. And I think that's by design. With a young guy, like we said, he played 8th grade football last. We were talking, Joe, the only player that the Titans have in uniform that played in the fall is number 78, Seth Wilson's brother, Luke. Or
That's correct, yeah. He played for Clearview last fall. Yeah, he's a beast.
Salmon. That's a tough run because he got some yards after contact, and you can see that the line is not faring as well now as the fatigue sets in. Quite honestly, the difference in this scrimmage has been the big play.
Yeah, the big passing play.
Lorain has made, well, in the initial touchdown was a run.
That's right, yeah.
But Lorain has not had a big play. Haven't had a game of probably over 10, 12 yards. Things you practice. Now they're signaling in the plays. Wyatt back, looks over. Now he's ready for the snap. Handoff short, whistle blows. And that is a problem. I can remember 3 years ago coming out here from the first scrimmage and Jacob Addis having kind of a day like that. And he worked his way out of it, and I don't think in the 2 years he played he had a bad snap in a game. And hopefully he'll be back and ready to go, along with number 2, Tracy Williams, who's also on the bench with an injury. And I'm sure I saw someone else in a white jersey down there, but I can't find them now. Coach Creel is some kind of intense, Joe.
Yes. Yeah, I've been watching him there, and definitely gets his players' attention.
Look at the throw. Ooh. Well done.
Equally good catch.
Well done. That was Wyatt to Christian. And he went down and got a ball that was a little bit short, but Wyatt picking up the low snap and finding him with a little bit of pressure inside the 10.
Be nice to see the crack the end zone here.
Now, here's a little bit of a rivalry. These two head coaches have coached together and against each other. And I'm sure as much as Coach Creel wants to get in the end zone, Coach Ginn wants to keep him out.
Exactly.
And the scoreboard's not on. This isn't going to be reported as a final score in any newspaper or publication, but the Titans need a field goal. Oops. That wasn't a bad snap as much as it was caught him unawares how hard it was snap. When you're fielding ground balls and all of a sudden the line drive comes at your head, you're not ready for it. Let's see where they put it now. The two coaches are lobbying.
It's probably where it first bounced, maybe.
That's at 17.
Yeah, or it went off his hands.
There's no chain. There's no downs.
Right.
Well, here comes another fella in an street clothes. Number 60, Leonard Williams. He's got his right hand in a cast. Splint, excuse me. It's a Velcro.
There's Louie again.
Yeah, Louie is out there. They have a Louie too, because Okay. Little contact in the corner of the end zone. Rico Anderson, he watches the game on Sunday, doesn't he?
Yes.
He come up with the international, that was a flag call move. And, of course, there was nothing. The good thing was that Wyatt put it where only the offensive player had a chance. The bad thing, a little bit late. And that's just timing, and that's something they're working on.
Yep.
You get these things on tape at this scrimmage so that you can use it as a teaching moment. Again, the double wing. Now motion from Salmon. There's a fake of the jet sweep, and he throws the long out. Now, again, good throw.
His receiver wasn't looking for it, though.
Right.
Oh.
Morta, and he just didn't look like he expected the ball. It'll get there. You know, if I know Coach Creel, and Coach Creel's attention to details was such that, Joe, are you going to stop the tape after every play so that I can break them up? And so he could use it for a coaching tape. You know, kids are going to get sick of looking at these plays.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be used so much because this is what they have on tape. They don't have any game film to go over.
This is what they have against live competition.
Right.
So they'll be working on a lot of things that they saw today.
Titan offense jogs off. Not sure what's going on now. Two of the officials are walking off with one of the Titan coaches. I don't know if they're going to get lunch or what. Ball is spotted back at the 40. Looks like it's a different unit, maybe a different snapper for Glenville, same QB.
Once again, a nice crowd out here today.
I mean, if you look at the far side, I mean, dare I say, that's a typical LEL visiting crowd.
Right, and this is just a scrimmage here on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So.
Now there's the scent of burgers and dogs. Smelling good. You know, this is a little bit like a kind of a picnic or a concert in the park type atmosphere. That people walk in the stands talking to one another and
yeah, I noticed it. Yeah,
visiting between plays. And
well, for a lot of people, a lot of people haven't been out for a while, and it seems like we're winding down on the whole pandemic thing, and it's good to get out in the sunshine and the fresh air and see some people you haven't seen in probably over a year.
Not have to worry about getting a tan line because of your mask.
Right. Yeah, that as well. Yeah, I do not believe we're done yet because the ball's
still out. Glenville's got an offense out there.
Yeah, and looks like Lorain is assembling their defense.
I think it's just a little bit of a pause. And one of the things you want to do is make sure everybody gets a little bit of live action, just to know what it feels like.
Right.
And there's nothing.
Yeah, it's nice to hit or block somebody you don't know.
Yes. Yes, there was a, one of the things that Coach Creel has brought to the Titans is if you go in the locker room, there are two big, they're probably diameter of about 5 feet wheels that are designed for tackling, and you roll it along like a tire, and it the kid can hit it and wrap it.
Wow.
And, it's only one contact. It's not somebody absorbing a hit. It's, so another safety type feature along with the helmet guards. Joe, while we've got a minute, I want to take some time and congratulate the Lorain High girls track team.
Yes.
Sending a relay, and two individuals to Columbus. Micaiah Herman finished second in the region in the 100 in miserable conditions. The relay 4x100 relay team qualified in the 4th spot. And Jalissa Williams went home sad and woke up glad, as she didn't qualify, finishing 5th, but then received one of the at-large bids in the high jump as they looked at the 4 regions and they took all the 5.2s. 5.2 would have been second in every other region, I believe. So Jalissa gets a second chance, and she'll be going to state. Good luck this weekend, girls. Nicely filled there on the defensive front. Big Lagarde, 99 right there. Let's see who else, some of the other numbers that we haven't mentioned that are out there. 33, DeJour. DeJour Smith is out there at one of the linebacker spots. Noah Buchanan out there, or is that 29? 29, Elijah Gentry. One or the other, I can't
28?
Is it?
There's a 28 out there, yeah. Kind of panning.
Okay. Pretty much a whole different defensive backfield. There's the stretch play.
Oh, nice pursuit.
Nice pursuit.
Yeah.
That was Lagarde from the inside, chased it down from behind. That play's been a problem for Lorain today. Just not getting contained on that.
That's where they scored the touchdown.
And they had a big run the last time going that way, going this way on the same play. They just get you outnumbered. Looking over here at the bench, Joe, trying to gauge body language, I see kids that are excited and, competitive. I see some really tired offensive linemen. Damian Lee, 64, jogs on. He's behind the play. I'm sure he'll be going into the defensive line spot here in a minute. Look at that arm. That was a BB.
Right on target, too.
And that was the backup quarterback.
Oh, jeez.
That was number 7, not number 12.
Well, they definitely have a passing game. We know that.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a lot of practicing and a lot of work done for both these teams before they tee it up for real toward the end of August. But again, you've just got to see what you can see, and that's what they're doing here.
So June 1st, so no more football practice, right? Is that correct?
Well,
but they could have conditioning and other
they can condition.
Things.
Yeah. They can. I don't remember how many players it is they're allowed to have in a no-pad drill, but then you're allowed 10 camp days in the summer. I don't know what those days are. Usually teams use them in July to get ready for August.
Well, once again, nice containment there.
Straight ahead.
Yeah.
First time we've seen something like that, just because the quarterback's been dead. They turned him into a running back. Noah Buchanan is back on the inside the 5-yard line, being coached up by Coach Creel as Glenville comes to the line.
Yeah, Coach Creel might have an idea what's coming here.
He's going to go out and cover the outside receiver, it looks like. Straight ahead again with the QB. Hesitates, and there was a lot of leaning on that play, Joe. You know, nobody was getting blown off the ball. Everybody was just kind of leaning. There's some fatigue out there. You know, I've watched the defensive line work, 3 or 4 times in the last couple weeks, and you work on the swim moves and the getting rid of the blockers and things like that. But you're working against the bag. Now you're working against the body. You know, it'll be fun to talk to Coach Creel after this is over, because I'm going to ask him for, 3 things that he really liked as he watched.
Well, there was like that one.
No, there was the quarterback draw. And he'll have some things that he really was excited about. And then I'm going to ask him for some things that he needs to work on, and he'll have a laundry list, just because that's how coaches are. You're never satisfied with where you're at, as long as there's still better to go. So my question is, the whole morning, the quarterback has been dead. Now they've run 2 quarterback draws in a row.
Oh, yeah.
And to nothing. So I don't know if
the second half is now modern.
If they change the rules and inform both teams or not. And again, it doesn't make a difference. Woo. There's a loose ball picked up by the Titans. That play never, ever had a chance. 29, Elijah Gentry was there, among others. He brought friends. Shane Ramey Rowland, 67, was there. That ball must have flown 15 yards, Joe, from where he got hit, because it was picked up out here on the 20, on the number. Jerry Martin, 41, just jogged off. Just trying to get some people some mention. If you don't hear your name, I apologize. Deasia Smith is out there, 33. Promise we'll do better in the fall, and we'll even, if we're mispronouncing, we're going to work on getting that right when we have some time. There's the bootleg, and he got square again, but that's picked off in the end zone.
Nice.
Now, see, there's a great coaching point. That was number 84.
Yeah, it was.
Jermaine Childs Jr. And you know what the difference was that time? We were looking for the ball.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Not only were we in great position, but we had our eyes on the ball,
right.
And he made a play.
Defended it, but looked for the ball. Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, because a couple of the touchdown passes weren't badly defended. It's just they weren't looking for the ball. So, very nice.
He gets
a big roar from the crowd here,
and a couple of helmet smacks from the coaches. That's always a good thing. You make a nice play and you get smacked in the head. You make a bad play and you get smacked in the head. Which is, but one of them those is positive feedback, and one of them is not.
Yeah, so far we've had over 150 people tune into our scrimmage here today. So, once again, if you're watching, welcome you.
Yeah, welcome to WLCS TV 20. There's another. Nope. Well, there was a play on the ball. That was just too hot to handle. That's like the first baseman that reaches for the line drive that goes up into the corner. Gote Kato was right there and reached out, and he might have got singed. That thing was so hot going by. But he was in the right spot and looking. So I'm seeing a fist like this is 4th down, so this might be their last play.
Yeah, I saw the Lorain quarterback warming up on the sidelines there. I think we have at least one more set of downs for the, or group of downs, whatever we want to call them here today for the Titans.
Snap, that's a rollout. Lost contain. I mean, it's going to go down as a sack. Chasing him around the outside there was 35. Kevin Harper. We haven't had a chance to mention that name. Juan Malone, 59, trots in. He replaces 99 Isaac Lagarde. Jair Frost, number 97, also out there in the middle of that defensive line, along with 67, Shane Ramey Rowland. '22, Roberto Diaz is out there. Now we've got a backup quarterback warming up, it looks like. That's number 17, Rico Anderson, that's warming up. Okay, now I'm not sure what's happening.
Looks like we're still on defense.
Except Glenville just made all kinds of changes. Now, if I were a betting man, I would guess that they're bringing this group out for one special play that they want to run. I'm not sure if it's the ones or not that they brought back out, but there's a lot of talking going on out there. Watch out for the triple Lindy here, Joe. That's pretty much the same group. 7 is under center, full eye. Oh, it's just a tailback give, and it didn't go very far. First one on the scene was 59. Juan Malone, cleaned up by a couple of his friends. Evan Martin, 46, jogs on. DeAndre Alexander came off. Also out there, 34, Dominic Corey. Oh, he's coming off the field now.
Shout out to Rick Amador, saying some nice things about Coach Creel on the chat line, and Rick Ramirez. Stadium looks great, still the best in the county. Thanks, guys.
Oh, while we're mentioning Ricky Amador, let's take a minute to congratulate him on his recent nuptials.
Yes.
He definitely outkicked his coverage.
He did. I love the pictures.
Big 9-7 getting a blow here. Jair Frost. That was Blue. That wasn't Louis.
Yeah.
If Louis for left, Blue is for what? Right?
Sure.
Bottom. Boy, this kid is a fire plug, too. Now, that's funny. He stopped and gave himself up there. Mm-hmm. When he was going full bore straight ahead, it was all the way to the end zone. Okay, there's a whistle.
All right. My guess is probably our last series.
I'm going to guess that you're right. Joe, this has been a lot of fun in this year where a lot of things have been less than fun.
Yeah.
Including most of the school year, the way it went, and with the starts and the stops in winter sports, and no fall sports, and all kind of funky spring sports things going on. That now, this is a sign that things are getting back to normal, and just the simple fact that I'm talking about Memorial Day football and things getting back to normal is really bizarre.
Right. So moving forward, yeah, we're going to be normal. I just
well, Joe, this is the last telecast, and I think we need to take a time here to congratulate you on another year.
Oh, thank you.
And moving on forward, I think it is indeterminate whether we'll be doing this again in the fall. No.
Well,
we're both certainly hoping to be here.
Well, I have retired, and which I haven't made any announcements. So I guess outside of the school, but they do want to talk to me about coming back at least for a short time. Who knows what length? I have a meeting next week about it, so we'll see.
That's great, and
So hopefully, because all these good things are going to happen now. The renovate. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard they're renovating the press box.
Joe, it would be terrible for you not to have a year at least in a renovated press box.
Because I said for years, I'm not going to haul this stuff up here again and all those ceilings falling down. And every year I do it. It's for the kids. And
here we are. We started in the other end of this press box in a wide open space first.
Yes.
And then you basically built us a bathroom stall to work out of.
Yeah.
Because it's not much bigger than that.
With a sliding window.
Yeah, and it was just you and I and Ron Baccalar when I started in this little cubicle. And, we would do games on the road where we would sit under a street light in the last row of the bleachers at Cleveland Heights and hope that the rain held off.
I remember that, yeah.
And things like that.
Or we did one at Garfield in the bleachers.
Yeah.
As we were.
I remember when we
couldn't read the score. Their scoreboard was out. They had a little. They had one of the little junior high scoreboards, and we were
in the press box across the field.
So a lot of good
some
times.
Really memorable broadcasts.
So hopefully a little bit longer.
Amen.
I'd love to see a season or two with a renovated press box, but we'll see.
Well, and Joe,
it's been a great run.
If we talk about memorable games and things, and we've seen some beauties here, the playoff run a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And what's in it, those guys just graduated from college.
Yeah.
Nas and Carlos Chavis and
we were ankle nip away from the state's Final Four.
Yep. Mansfield, Madison.
Yeah.
But I can remember a night out here where an Admiral King team played Cleveland Heights. And the Cleveland Heights quarterback was a guy by the name of Travis Kelsey. And Admiral King harassed him all night to the point in the fourth quarter where there was a play at the end of the field that we are now, and Kelsey ran around, and it was still grass, and Admiral King guys chased him, and he finally threw it away as he got hit, and he just lay on the turf or the mud or the whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they had to bring the ambulance out for him, and I think it was just more kind of a fatigue thing. You've hit me enough. I'm done.
I'm done.
And I was telling that story, and Coach Creel says, yeah, I was coaching Cleveland Heights then. Oh, here we go. We mentioned Rico Anderson warming up on the sideline, but he is the second quarterback for Lorain, number 17. Taking some snaps here down the stretch. That was one of the first times we've rolled a quarterback to the left, no matter who it was, Joe.
Right. Would have liked to see him uncork it there, because if there's a defender, within a yard or two, they're going to blow it dead. Yeah, Jay, have you, I don't want to put you on the spot, but have you looked at our 2021 fall football schedule at all?
A little bit, yeah.
What's our non-conference schedule? Do you know offhand? Do you remember?
Well, we open with Brunswick.
Okay.
Who is very good.
That's back at their place too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I know is that Warrensville is not playing a conference football schedule.
Oh.
It was determined that it's just not feasible with the size of the school and the enrollment, and they haven't been competitive for some time. So we went out and filled the Warrensville spot with Medina.
Oh!
Who is going to be loaded, including the best quarterback in the state of Ohio. He's going to Penn State on a full ride for football, and he's got all kinds of weapons around him. I believe they went to the Final 8 last year before they fell to Mentor, but they're going to be very, very good. So those will be I don't want to call them highlights. Those will be the toughest two of the non-conference games. But you got to expect that you're playing 10 teams who played last year, so they're all going to be tough.
Yeah, basically all the LEL.
if you're going to measure this season in terms of wins and losses, you're really not looking at the nuts. Okay. That was Anderson, and it was intended for, looks like 22, Roberto Diaz out there running down the sideline. Getting some of these younger guys some reps. Without knowing years, I would guess that most of these guys will be considered the JV team. And it will be interesting to see the numbers at the 9th and 10th grade level.
Right. Oh.
Especially the 9th grade level, because I know Coach McFarland and Coach Grooms have been out beating the bushes and looking for kids, and Coach Grooms is visiting homes. And
that's what you got to do.
You know, because one thing they understand is they both understand how to connect with kids as well. And I am excited for that pairing to coach the 9th graders.
I think the numbers are going to be great.
You know, Joe, one of the things, that's a nice switch of the ball there. Nice.
Take me out.
Nice job there. That's number 5, correct? We're going to find him before we go off the air. Javon Williams, number 5.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you noticed the little thing, but he took the handoff in the inside hand and then switched it to the outside hand. And that's just a little
fundamentally strong.
Fundamental coaching point. This group is being coached on every play, as you would expect a young group to be. 74, Ethan Lopez is in on the near side tackle. Nehemiah Elliott is out there on the wing on the far side. Rico Anderson is the quarterback. Give outside, bouncing it outside. That play was designed to go off tackle. Saw an opportunity to make some yards. Master battles, bounced it outside and got ahead for 3 or 4 before he was tackled.
It's a great open field tackle.
It was a beautiful tackle because it was going to be a touchdown if he didn't make it. And it was a nice decision by Battles to dip in and then bounce out. That's one of those natural things.
Hey, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, so people watching our YouTube channel right now, if you're not aware, we've been uploading a lot of classics, classic football, classic concerts, classic just about everything. So if you're a Lorain High or Lorain, any Lorain schools, you attended any of the schools, yeah, check out our YouTube channel, our classics, all just about everything. We've been spending a lot of time uploading, converting video, so check us out.
Yeah, I mean, if you graduate any time in probably the last 30 years, you're going to be on there someplace.
Yeah.
Stepping up, Anderson into trouble, and
well, Terry Trout is helping out. Bob Schlumbaker, his last day is Tuesday.
Wow.
He was helping out. So we have stuff like classic Lowell Elementary.
Wow.
And Lakeview Elementary, and place concerts.
Well, if you're not sure why that's funny, it's because those places don't exist anymore.
Right.
Not even in the new form.
And we even had a Longfellow Elementary.
Yeah. There's a whistle. Something went wrong.
Yeah. In addition, we have all the commencements. Every single Lorain school's commencements from 1985 to present.
Wow.
That would be Lorain High, Southview, Admiral King, the new Lorain High, everyone from 85 to current. So
wow, that's impressive.
So yeah.
You know, Joe, I'm going to take a minute to compliment the officials today. And when I say that, I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound snarky, but I didn't mean it that way, is they've stayed out of the way.
Yeah.
And that means that they've controlled the scrimmage. They've let the coaches coach, let the players play, maybe done a little bit of instruction on their own in terms of telling players what you can and what you can't do. You know, make sure you're off.
I saw a couple instances where as people coming back to the play, they pulled a player aside and talked to him, which is good stuff.
Yeah. Anderson rolls away from pressure, now dumps it off as much to get rid of it as anything. He had a receiver out there, 25 Larico Baker was in the area, but it was thrown at his feet. If nothing else, I would say that was good poise by Rico Anderson. One of the hardest things to teach a young quarterback is patience. You know, you can get them to make their first read, and if it's not there, you know, sometimes panic sets in. And that didn't happen. While I got a minute, and I want to mention to you that the football program is planning a night at the races on August 15th at the Knights of Columbus in Lorain. More information to follow if you follow the district website or the Facebook page or the Lorain Titans football Facebook page.
We'll get something up on TV 20 as well.
We'll get stuff up, and love to have you there. You know, one of the things you don't think about when you haven't had a sport for 18 months is you haven't had any fundraisers for 18 months. Who's going to raise money for a sport that isn't being played?
Yeah.
So the football team started basically from scratch, and the Booster Club helped out a little bit with the helmet caps and things like that. But it takes a lot of money to run a program the right way. And what these coaches are interested in is doing everything in a first-class manner. Counterplay there. Straight ahead, Javon Williams, good gain. That's the first time they've shown that kind of action right there, Joe, where they ran away. Okay, there was a long whistle there. Usually in Lorain, if there's a whistle that long, it means the bridge is going to open up.
This could be the last play.
Yes,
he
it
held
could
up
be.
The ball, so.
Okay. The coaches are even coaching each other up out there, Joe.
Well, that could be it.
I guess that was it.
That was it. All right.
I was going to say the ball going up in the air usually means that's it. So that was fun.
Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity to do this, and
thanks for coming out.
I know that Coach Creel and the kids were excited and will be excited to go home and be able to check it out. You know, again, I want to mention to everybody that listened, especially to these guys on the field, if I didn't mention you or if I didn't pronounce your name correctly, apologies. We'll do better in the fall when we have time to get a roster together and I have time to talk to people and find out how they pronounce their names and things like that. This was kind of one of those things that we did quickly, and it was a lot of fun. I thank you, Joe, for the opportunity. Wish you well with your impending retirement and can't wait to work with you again when you unretire.
We'll see. All right. Well, sounds good. All right. Well, this will be the last. Well, there's actually one more TV 20 event coming up. It's a non-sport event. We'll have the alumni breakfast coming up.
Oh, that's right. I'll be there for that.
June, and I will too. Saturday, June 26th.
Yes.
But we're pretty much done with sports and pretty much everything else this school year. There's an art show, district art show that needs to be posted yet, finished up, and yeah, we're done with the. We'll put a wrap on the 2021 school year. It's been a challenge. It's been a lot of things.
But as we get back to normal, Joe, it gives me a chance to remind everybody that it is a great time to be a Titan. We'll see you in the fall, people.
All right, take care.